Jai Hind students, welcome to the physics class. I hope all of you are fine at your home. Today we are going to do a very common concept that we are using in our day-to-day life, and you already know about that concept, but you are not sure what that concept is. What is the definition of that? That concept is of mass. What is the meaning of the term mass? When your mother says, go and bring 2 kilogram of potatoes, then that 2 kilogram of potato means the mass of the potatoes. It is not the weight that we are doing in our day-to-day life. We say weight. It is not the weight, it is the mass. When we go to a doctor, they ask for the weight checkup, but that is your mass. Question is, what is the mass? So let me explain you what is the meaning of the term mass. Let us say I am having two pencils. One pencil is small and this pencil is big, large. My question is, this pencil, it is 20 gram and this pencil 30 gram. Which is having more mass? You will say that the bigger pencil is having more mass and the smaller pencil is having lesser mass. Why this smaller pencil is having lesser mass and why this bigger pencil is having more mass? It is the reason. Look at this pencil. This pencil, it is made up of wood and the graphite. What's up with your writing? That is graphite. And look at this pencil. This pencil, it is made of wood and it also carries graphite. In the bigger pencil, more is wood and the more is the graphite. In the smaller pencil, lesser is the wood and lesser is the graphite. And what is graphite and the wood? They are nothing but matter. So this pencil is having more mass because it contains more quantity of matter. This is having lesser mass because it contains less quantity of the matter. So what this is? This is the say mass. So what is mass? The quantity of matter contained in a body is called mass. Quantity of matter contained in a body is called mass. Is called mass. So let us write a few points about the mass. The first point is mass, it is a scalar quantity. Mass is a scalar quantity, it has no direction. Second point is its SI unit is kilogram. Its symbol is small k, small g. What does it mean? Let me write it complete. Kilogram. And how you will represent? Small k, it should be small k, not capital K. Some students, they like kilogram, k dot g. It is wrong. Some write kg. It is also wrong because k should be small. Third is CGS unit is gram. Its CGS unit is gram. Its symbol is G. Some students, they write GM. It's wrong. Fourth one is FPS unit is pound. It is represented by LB. The symbol of pound is LB. Now what is relation? 1 kilogram, it is 1000 gram, and 1 pound is 453.6 gram. Where you use kilogram? Whenever you are going to purchase sugar, tea, vegetable, we use kilogram. And whenever we go to jeweler's shop and we say that show me a gold item up to a mass of 10 gram, 20 gram, so we tell our range in terms of this mass. And FPS unit is pound, where we are using pound. When we order birthday cakes, we tell that we want the birthday cake of 2 pound, 3 pound, depending on your requirement. So these are the relation between pound and pound and the gram. So whenever you go to the order for the birthday cake, ask him what he means 1 pound. He will say that it's 400, but you tell him that pound is 453.6 gram. Shopkeepers usually give lesser amount if you tell them in terms of the pound. So it's SI unit, CGS unit, FPS unit, and it is a scalar quantity. Now, one point all of you know, mass is measure of inertia. More is the mass, more is inertia. Right? Now 6 point, this 6 point, it is meant for the grade 11. But if you want to do, you can do it. Otherwise, you can skip that. So let me tell you about the 6 point, but you can do. It is not very difficult. I'm just telling you. And you have done that. You can do. 6 point is force equals to MA. From where it came? Newton's second law of motion. Second law of motion. If I say M equals to F upon A, mass measured by this formula is called inertial mass. This mass is called the inertial mass. What I told you, there is a body whose mass is M and a force is applied and an acceleration A is produced in it. So that mass is the inertial mass. 7 point. Now consider Earth. On this Earth, I am having a body whose mass is M. Right? So let us say this is the radius of the Earth. Now, I know that mass is MA, and what is the acceleration produced because of gravity? You can say that this is the mg. And okay, let me tell you in a very simple way. Now, m is the mass of Earth, small m is the mass of body, r is the say radius of the Earth, and a body is placed on the surface of the Earth. What is the gravitational force of attraction? Capital G mm by r square. This we have done from the Newton's law of gravitation. So what you can say, if I say what is small m, it is f r square divided by gm. So the mass measured by this is called the gravitational mass. Gravitational mass. Not gravitational mass and inertial mass both are equal. Gravitational mass is equal to inertial mass for an object. If I am given an object, then its inertial mass will be equal to the gravitational mass. So these are the points that you have to keep in your mind for the mass. Now let us move to a concept. that we have done. So that concept is small g and capital G difference. What is the difference between small g and capital G? These differences are very, very important. They are usually asked in your examination. So let us discuss difference between small g and capital G. Let us find the difference between small g and capital G. Here I am having small g, and on the other side let us say capital G. What are the differences between small g and the capital G? I think all of you can tell. Small g, it is acceleration due to gravity. Small g is acceleration due to gravity. And what is capital G? It is universal gravitational constant. Second point is its SI unit is, what is its SI unit? Meter per second square. And what is the SI unit of capital G? You have done F is equal to capital G m1 m2 by r square. So what is capital G from here? F r square divided by m1 m2. What is F? F is Newton. And what is, I have used D, but in plus one I use R, so let me take it as D. And what is the distance? Meter square. And what is the kilogram per kilogram square? So SI unit is Newton meter square per kilogram square. Third point is it changes from place to place. What does it mean? Its value is not fixed. It remains same everywhere. Everywhere capital G, it remains same. Whether we are on the moon surface, whether we are on Earth, or whether we are on any other planet, its value will remain always same. Fourth point, on Earth's surface. On Earth's surface, capital G is small g, not small g is 9.8 meter per second square, whereas its value is capital G equals to 6.67 10 to the power minus 11 Newton meter square per kilogram square everywhere. It is always remains the same everywhere. Fifth is it is vector which is always directed towards the earth center. And what is this? It is not vector. It has no direction. And what is 6th point? So, and 6th point is small g can be 0. Where can be 0? For example, at Earth's center. Capital G, it is always non-zero. It is always non-zero. So these are the differences between the small g and the capital G. Now let us move to one other important concept, that is weight. You have to do differences between small g, at least 3 differences you must remember, and differences between mass and weight. So one question is always being asked on that. So let us move to the weight. What is the meaning of the term weight? What does weight means? Weight. What is the meaning of the term weight? Oh, what is the meaning of the term weight? Look students, if I say that this is a physical balance, all of you have seen the physical balances of this shape in your villages. So with the help of, let us say this is a balance, what happens if I want to measure its weight? Let us say it's a spring balance. What happens? It will move down. So what does it mean? Earth is attracting this marker towards its center. Now what is the weight? There is a difference between mass and weight. Weight is, it is the force with which a body is attracted towards its center. With which a body is attracted towards center of earth. So that force is called the weight. So that force is called the weight. Let us say I am having a body which is on the earth's surface. Now with what force this body is attracted towards the center of earth? So that force is called the weight. A few points about the weight. Can you tell me? Weight is a vector quantity or scalar quantity? Vector, because it is a force. So first point is, it is a vector quantity. And what is the second point? What is its SI unit? Its SI unit is Newton. And symbol is capital N. And what is its CGS unit? What is CGS unit of force? It's dyne. And 1 Newton, it equals to 10 to the power 5 dyne. That we have done in the chapter 2. Why 1 Newton is equal to the 10 to the power 5 dyne. Number 4th point. What is the formula of the weight? Listen, weight, it is a force, so I am representing it by F. It equals to mg. And what is g here? Where m is the mass of object, and small g, this is the acceleration due to gravity. So what does it mean? What I am saying, force is mg. What does it mean? It means that force weight is, I am writing weight is directly proportional to the mass of the body if g is constant. And second, I can say weight is directly proportional to small g if mass is constant. That is, weight depends on 2 factors. One is mass, another is acceleration due to gravity. I am going to discuss this in the next point. Why I have written them? So let me tell you. Why I have written them? This point says that weight is directly proportional to acceleration due to gravity, right? And acceleration due to gravity, it changes. Therefore, weight also changes, right? For example, we know that acceleration due to gravity at poles is greater than acceleration due to gravity at equator. Therefore, for an object, weight at poles is greater than weight at equator. Weight is a force, so I am representing weight by the F. So weight at pole is greater than the weight at equator. This is the first example. And what is the second example? G is 0 at Earth center. Therefore, its weight is 0. Weight of an object is 0 at the Earth's center. So these are the points about the weight, right? And seventh point is this, that acceleration due to weight, it depends on the acceleration due to gravity. Now let's do the point number 7. If I say find the weight of an object at Earth's center if its mass is 10 kilogram. So what is its solution? Weight is mg and 10 kilogram, but g is 0, so answer is 0. So body will be weightless at the Earth's center. 8th point. No, another question I am asking you. Find the mass of an object at Earth's surface also at center of Earth, provided weight is 100 Newton at Earth's surface, provided small g is 10 meter per second square. So what is this weight? So solution is, weight here is 100 Newton and small g is 10 meter per second square, and F it equals to mg. So what does it mean? 100 is equal to m by 10, m multiplied 10, 1 0 get cancelled. So I can say that m is 10 kilogram. Now, whether at the earth surface or at the center of earth, mass will not change. Mass, it will remain the same, because mass is the quantity of matter. If I take this pen and if I take it to the earth center, its mass will not change until and unless there is change in the quantity of matter present in this marker. So mass is 10 kg at earth's center and on the surface of earth. So that's all for today. Thank you and have a nice day.